Hey, this is the No Swear Gamer from YouTube's Retro Reviews with the No Swear Gamer, and you're listening to Two Dudes in a NES.
Hey, Justin.
What's up, man?
Nothing.
Nothing? We don't have a game this week, do we?
No, we don't have a game.
I have not even touched the NES this week.
Why? Hey,
Blasphemy. Of
that's
course I
no
have.
excuse.
Of course I
That's
have.
no
Of course I
excuse.
have, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Of course I have. It was a joke. Not the...
Okay.
Listeners
we,
can pick ourselves off the floor, okay?
Pick them off the floor.
Pick up our listeners off the floor. They fainted because I had to play the NES this week.
What's this listener business you're talking about? I don't even know what a listener is.
Apparently
I know what a D-padder is.
That's true. Okay. You got me.
Okay. Yep, I did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so what's up? How's life?
Life's going good. Life's going good. So The Onion wrote an article about our boy Vladimir today.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm. Like to hear some information about Vladimir Putin?
Sure.
His height is 5'7". His statue height is 6'2". His hobbies include collecting sovereign territories. His interests are dioxin, polonium-210, and thallium.
Oh, nice.
His predecessor is Vladimir Putin, and his successor is Vladimir Putin.
All right. That's just the name that they give for their dictators, right?
Mm-hmm. Here, I think
No matter, it's kind of like the Pope, right?
Yeah. I think you'll like this one. His stare, it's pitiless.
Okay. I got a better idea. Instead of just randomly talking about things like Vladimir Putin,
Mm-hmm.
let's talk about Tom Arnold instead.
Okay. You got a list
No,
about Tom Arnold?
Yeah. No, I don't.
Oh.
No, how about we talk about Mario?
Okay.
Yeah. How about we talk about?
Wait a
our
minute. What?
top-
He's not going to show up here again, is
No.
he? We don't
No,
want to. We don't want to repeat that, right?
Nah, he called me earlier. He said he come down with a case of laryngitis.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Good.
too busy yelling at Luigi to fix the pipes.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not going to make it today.
Good.
That doesn't mean he's not going to randomly show up on another show, but he's
Right.
not going to be here today.
Okay. I think our listeners will appreciate that.
Yeah. Any listeners that are left after the first 3 minutes of nothing?
Mm-hmm. Right.
We still haven't even said exactly what we're talking about.
What are we going to talk about?
Let's talk about jobs that Mario's had. Let's talk about Mario's resume on the NES.
Yeah. All right. So his CV, if you will.
Yes. If you want to go with the Latin.
The academic route. I don't think
Do you know what? I can't think of what CV stands for. I can see it in my mind. But it's like curriculum vitae or something.
Curriculum vitae. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I don't think
Now
Mario's
that everybody
an
knows that I'm the stupid one on the show.
Yeah. Mario, I don't think is an academic. I think Mario is more of a blue collar kind of guy, right?
Oh, he's an athlete.
What?
But
Yeah.
we'll get into that later.
Mm-hmm. So you know who created Mario?
No. I mean, yes, I do, but tell me. Tell me again.
Our old pal Shigeru Miyamoto. All right.
Oh, wow. You nailed it.
Did I really? I don't know.
Yeah,
if I
I'm
know
pretty
it or
sure that's
not.
exactly right.
So he created Mario while developing the game, of course, Donkey Kong. He was wanting to produce a good best-selling video game for Nintendo because some of his previous titles had not worked out so well, weren't as popular as like Pac-Man. And just as a side note, Miyamoto actually created a video game using the characters Popeye, Bluto, and Olive Oil, but they couldn't acquire a license to get to use the characters. So, but they later did. But anyway.
Was that supposed to be Donkey Kong? Was it supposed to be Popeye?
I think the point was, yeah, they no, it's different games. He created a Popeye game. but
Oh,
then
okay.
like had to shelve it because people who had Popeye was like, we don't know who Nintendo is. Okay. Anyway, so he ended up creating a guy named Jumpman. You know who Jumpman is?
Luigi.
Mario.
Oh.
Mario
So close.
Mario along with Donkey Kong and Pauline.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. And in the early stages of Donkey Kong, Mario wasn't able to jump. Right? But later
Hey, wait.
on...
Is this historical tidbits and trivia?
It is historical tidbits.
Oh, we forgot to put the intro in. Oh well.
Don't worry.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I figured... Yeah. Okay. Well, this is not a normal show, you know. This is, we can call it tidbits... Wait.
How about
Tidbits,
trivia and
and
tidbits?
history? Did I just blow your mind?
No.
Oh, okay. But then later Miyamoto decided to make Mario jump. Quoted as saying, if you had a barrel rolling towards you, what would you do? So,
Move side to side.
other than Jumpman, he actually originally named the character Mr. Video. Because, you know, Mr. Video sounds awesome.
I think that was a rental store down the street.
I think so too, yeah. It doesn't sound like a character in a video game. Mr. Video. And he commented that if he had not named Mario, if he had actually stuck with the name Mr. Video, he probably would have never heard of Mario. Or Mr. Video, I guess. So, the way that the name Mario came out, or the story that keeps getting thrown around, is that when they were bringing Donkey Kong over for the North American audiences, Nintendo of America's warehouse landlord, Mario Segal, confronted his then president, Minoru Arakawa, demanding back rent. Huh?
I said, there we go.
Yeah.
Butchering some names.
Yeah, exactly. Following a heated argument, the Nintendo employees eventually convinced him that he would be paid, and they opted to name the character in the game Mario after him. So the original landlord. How about that?
What's Mario's name in Japan?
I don't know.
Is it Mario?
I guess. Mario. So, Miyamoto's own account, he wanted Mario's profession that was chosen to fit the game design in Donkey Kong. And since Donkey Kong was set on a construction site, Mario was made into a carpenter. But when he appeared again in Mario Brothers, they decided to make him a plumber because of the game's underground settings. Okay. Now, his character design, his particularly large nose, and his mustache made them decide to make him Italian. But you know why they made the mustache and the big nose?
It's so you could tell what his face looked like.
Right.
You could distinguish the different parts of his face.
Right. So it was because of obviously the graphical limitations. They wanted to make sure that you knew that this was a person, and so they just make him with a big nose and a mustache instead of a mouth and everything. Trying to draw a face, they just give him those big facial features. Okay. Anyway,
Okay.
so they made him put him in New York, made him Italian because of his mustache. Maybe his big nose, I don't know.
Racist.
Sorry, but I'm just saying. Okay, look, I'm not the racist. They are the one that did it.
Yeah, I'm calling them racist,
Mhm.
not you.
Right. All right.
You're just the middleman here.
One more thing before we get into his top jobs that I thought was interesting is Miyamoto he developed this character to be a go-to character. Now, he didn't necessarily design it to where he thought that Mario would later come in and be so successful. What he wanted to do is he wanted to draw some inspiration from filmmaker Alfred Hitchcock, where he did cameos in like every single one of his films. He wanted Mr. Video to have a cameo in all of his video games, which later became Mario. And then Mario, of course, became hugely popular, widely popular, and has been since starred in over 200 games. Not starred, but been seen in over 200 games. So,
Which is why we're talking about him today.
right.
In this sense, we're talking about his jobs on the NES,
Right.
and we've broken it down into a top 5 list.
All right.
This is our top 5. This is not necessarily a definitive top 5, but this is what we would consider.
I'm fairly certain it's got the Tom Arnold seal of approval, so...
Yes, Tom Arnold will be impressed with our top 5 list here.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just start it off with number 5. Well, we should have gotten somebody to do some awesome segment intros here.
Number 5. Okay. That was awesome.
That'll work. All right, number 5, Demolition Expert.
Oh, yeah. We've already talked about that game.
We have talked about that game, but
Wrecking
Mario
Crew.
was in fact at one point a demolition expert in Wrecking Crew.
Right.
He spent a few of his formative years, because this is one of the first games on the NES, smashing things with a big hammer.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's interesting. Usually in construction jobs, you would think, this is just me, I've never worked construction. You've been around construction as the engineer, the engineering field. You think that kind of if you started out, you're going to start out in demolition and then work your way up to like carpentry.
Yeah.
But Mario
he went backwards.
yeah, so maybe he was not very good at carpentry in Donkey Kong.
Or plumbing.
Or
apparently,
plumbing.
'cause- So they just decided, you're going to be a demolition expert. But maybe expert's the wrong word. Maybe I shouldn't have put expert there.
No,
Maybe
I
he's
think
he's just a guy with a hammer.
he was pretty good as a demolition, knocking down those ladders.
And those walls. Here's the problem. They just put random walls up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not like there's no building, there's no real construction. That somebody just randomly put up walls, and it's almost like they just put it up just so Mario would have something to do. They're probably like
Right.
down the street building some big skyscraper, but they put up a few buildings over here just so Mario would have something to do.
Mm-hmm.
So he wouldn't be in the way.
I feel like, yeah, it's kind of like setting up something for your kid to do over here while you do the real work. Like you give them a paintbrush and a bucket of water while you do the actual painting. But
Right.
you do that for Mario. Just get him tear his stuff down over there. But you know how Super Mario Brothers 2 is like a big dream?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I feel like...
Whoa, spoilers.
Oh, I know. We haven't even talked about that game. But
Anyways.
surely everybody pretty much knows that. But anyway. We'll have to put a warning for this show. Spoiler alert. If you haven't played Super Mario Brothers 2, don't
This
listen to this.
almost 30-year-old game.
Yeah, but anyway, so since that game's like a dream, I kind of think maybe Wrecking Crew may be a dream. It's a demolition man's nightmare.
Okay, well, hang on here.
The
I'm going to blow
wrenches are-
everybody.
Chasing you.
I'm going to blow everybody's mind that doesn't already know this theory about Mario Brothers. Okay, the theory is, and I didn't make this up. I don't know who did. I don't know who came up with it. I think it's just kind of a communal internet thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the theory is that the Mario Brothers characters are actors in a play all the time. Like every game is, it's just they're just actors in a play. And Super Mario Brothers 3 kind of falls in line with that because there's a curtain call and all this stuff at the beginning,
Yeah.
So that's why Mario takes on all these different roles and does all these different things, because he's actually just an actor taking on these roles. His actual job, spoilers for an honorable mention later on, is an actor.
That I'm speechless.
Yeah, I told you.
Speechless.
So that's a cool little theory. You can read about it on the internet. I don't know where. You just type in Mario Brothers actors and you can read about it. But it's a cool little theory to explain why the Mario characters are. And it's weird because sometimes Bowser and Mario are fighting, right? But then other times they're racing go-karts. So
Yeah.
they're not exactly huge enemies if they're just going to go out and race karts.
Yeah. Kind of like how actors can
So that
play.
would explain actor thing would explain that.
Yeah.
Anyways,
That's curious. Let's look into that.
look into it.
I wonder what the idea was. You know, I could see like before video games were popular, like to try to, and I'm just kind of going back to Miyamoto's idea about Alfred Hitchcock. Maybe he did just think like maybe these are just actors in play. That's kind of his basis for all this stuff.
That could have been his basis for video games in general.
Right.
That these characters are just actors in a play.
Oh boy. All right.
We're getting way too deep here.
Yeah.
How about we move on to number 4? Can you give me
Okay.
a number 4 intro?
Number 4. All right.
This is going to be a super embarrassing episode for us.
Did you want me to do it or
No, you can do it. Yeah, it's good. It's fine.
pro golfer?
Yeah, pro golfer. Or just athlete in general, but yeah, pro golfer.
Now, I gotta say, in the game Golf for the NES, he doesn't really look like the Mario, even though it is.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, he's red, right?
Right. But he's not. He's not the typical looking Mario.
Right. But we do know that he continues on after the NES. He continues to be a golfer.
Right. And you know, if you look at it, perhaps the sprite from the game Golf is just Mario in a close up.
Yeah,
That's just
could
what
be.
he looks like on close up.
Yeah, he doesn't look very appealing. Is probably not the word I'm looking for, but he doesn't look doesn't really look like the jumping kind of guy.
Right. This is retired Mario.
Right. Okay. That makes sense. It's after he's retired. He just golfs.
Right. He's just.
He looks more like a plumber
He's put on a little weight.
in golf.
Yeah. He's put on a little weight. He's just golfing.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sense.
Did you ever play the game Golf?
I've never played. I've played golf a couple times. You know, I'm not very good at golf. Oh, you're talking about the video game?
The video game.
Oh,
Golf. Yeah.
Here's my problem with real golf, though. Okay,
All right.
I got a bone to pick with real golf. All right,
All right.
I'm left-handed
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to golfing. I'm not left-handed when it comes to riding, but I'm left-handed when it comes to golfing. And I'm not willing to fork over money to buy my own clubs. And then when I go out with other people, I can't exactly use their clubs because it feels a little awkward hitting them right-handed.
Right.
I can do it right-handed, but if it just doesn't feel as good. Yeah,
So, what do you do about right and left-handed baseball bats? Okay. All right. Moving on. Couldn't even come up with a comeback on that one?
Anyways. No. That's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a switch hitter.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Well,
yeah.
so really golf, though. You think, golf becomes popular, I think, with our generation because of Tiger Woods. You got to be honest. Right? Or maybe Mario. I don't know.
I think Nintendo put it in my brain from a very young age. Thanks to Mario.
Well, it's one of those, but I guess what I'm trying to say is golf at this point in the mid-'80s, it was designed, I guess, probably to get more adults to play the NES. I
Yeah,
don't feel like
probably
kids
was.
wanting to play this because back then golf was not cool for kids, as it is
That's
now.
That's probably why Mario looks so big and like adult looking. Yeah.
Mhm. Like a investment banker.
Yeah. Hey, that's 4.5
Yeah.
on our list.
Investment banker. Mario.
Investment banker Mario.
It's just actually what his job was when he was.
When he was a golfer. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
All right.
How about number 3?
Number 3.
Cookie chef / baker.
All right. So he was a chef early on in the NES days. And this brings me to one of my tangents about Mario. Super Mario 64. I know this is in this show, but I got to talk about it for a minute.
Okay.
You do all this. I mean, let's just be honest. Mario went through some rough things to save that princess from Bowser.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, this castle, when you look at it on the outside, doesn't look that big, but it takes Mario forever to get to her. Okay? Second of all, you do all this, you win it, she comes out, and you're like, oh, thank you so much for saving me. I'm going to bake you a cake.
Mm-hmm.
I got a problem with that. I've always had a problem with it. I'm just going to bake you a cake.
Especially since Mario is a master baker anyways.
Right. And that just throws even more fuel on the fire.
It's kind of like spitting in his face when he's a master spitter.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right, exactly. I mean, it's like saying, hey, Stephen King, I'm going to write you a horror book for your birthday.
For your birthday, right.
Or, hey, Tom Arnold, I'm going to make you laugh.
Yeah, really. Tom.
Yeah.
You can't make Tom Arnold laugh.
Well, I can't.
The only person that can make Tom Arnold laugh is either Tom Arnold, Vladimir Putin.
Maybe, yeah.
That's it.
In an ironic way.
Yeah, it's all irony coming from Vlad.
You think Roseanne made him laugh?
No.
Right.
No. Anyways, though, the game that Mario was I'm pretty sure, and I'm about to ruin our reputation here because I think I'm about to get this wrong. It was Yoshi's Cookie, right? Or was it Yoshi?
It's Yoshi's Cookie.
Okay.
Yeah. Yoshi's Cookie. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pretty sure.
Oh,
No, Yoshi was the one where you tried to
you don't
kill
believe
things with
me?
eggs. It's Yoshi's Cookie.
Okay.
No, it's Yoshi's Cookie.
I told you it was Yoshi's Cookie, and then you're like, I think it's Yoshi's Cookie.
Are you 100%?
Yes.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, but Yoshi's Cookie is a Super Nintendo game. Do you realize that?
No. Yes, I do. There was a game where Mario was a chef. I think it's Yoshi.
It is Yoshi. It's also for the NES. Yeah, it's for the NES. It's cross.
It better be.
It's cross. It's cross. It's for the NES, Game Boy, and SNES. We're losing our fan base not because of your guess for Yoshi's Cookie, but because we don't know we seem to not know what we're talking about here.
Okay. Yoshi's Cookie, he bakes cookies, okay?
Yes.
This is the most unorganized piece of crap show that we have ever done.
Yeah.
Whose idea was this anyways?
Yours.
Okay. Anyways. So yes, Yoshi's Cookie, which is a pretty fun game.
Yeah.
I did play it on Super Nintendo last time I played it, but
Right.
I did know that it came out on NES. And those cookies that Mario makes, they look like what? Like little shortbread cookies?
Yeah. They look really good.
They look really delicious.
Heart, some kind of square. You know what they remind me of? Those cookies that come in the tin can. You get around Christmas time. Danish cookies. Which are like the best cookies.
They got the really chewy raspberry stuff on them sometimes.
Some of them do.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on because I feel really embarrassed by that last one.
Let's redeem ourselves with number 2.
Da-da. Referee.
I like ref.
Slash whatever you call the person that referees tennis. Is it a ref or an ump? Line judge.
Yeah. I think it's judge.
Net judge?
Judge.
Judge.
Maybe judge.
So he's a judge. He's a boxing referee. Or is that an umpire?
Wait.
This is not a sports show. So.
No, boxing is ref.
Okay. All right. So he's just, he officiates sports
Alright, right.
on the Indians.
I think. I'm trying to think. Now you've got me stuck on this tennis thing. What is he? Is it a judge? I don't know.
All right. Pete Sampras, if you're listening,
Mm-hmm.
call in, let us know.
But anyway.
Yeah. Anyways, he is a referee in Super Punch-Out. Or not Super Punch-Out. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the judge on the tennis court.
Right. So.
I mean, he does it all, really. He just does it all.
Mm-hmm. I like how in most cases of boxing, they are supposed to, you know, if something's a little out of hand, one guy's getting beat up, too bad, they got to call it.
Mhm.
I'm not sure Mario does that great of a job here. Little Mac tends to take a pretty good beating before Mario pulls the ball.
The thing is, Mario really has no idea what he's doing out there on the boxing refereeing the boxing match. Okay, here's Mario's rules for boxing.
Mm-hmm.
If you get knocked down 3 times in one round, you're done.
Right.
That's kind of like a TKO. Yeah, it makes sense, sort of, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
He goes, "Meh, meh, meh." Which this is kind of the first time you really get to hear Mario's voice, right?
Yeah.
In the boxing ring, he's, meh, 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 meh.
Yeah, he's like he's kind of like the old retired boxing guy that can't, he's now gonna ref, but he's been beat so much that he really can't speak or talk anymore. He's like, he's counting. So, yeah.
Anyways, you can he either counts them out to 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he stops counting if they wiggle or move whatsoever.
Yeah.
He's like, wait, you getting up?
Yeah, he wants
You getting
you. He doesn't want to count you out. He's definitely not in there for the safety of the fighter. He wants.
He doesn't do it for Mac though. He doesn't do it for little Mac though.
Yeah.
If you start to get up, he's like, meh, 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 meh.
He's
Meh, meh.
maybe in Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. This is all part of the mob. Okay, the mob. You're fighting guys that are the mob's guys, and the ref Mario is on the side of the mob. So he's trying to count little Mac out every time he goes down, but the other guys, not so much.
I got it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
And tennis, he's a tennis. He eventually plays tennis. He goes from being a line judge to a player.
right.
Not on the NES, of course, but he eventually becomes a player,
Right.
which I think is a little strange. That's another one of those backwards moves on his part, where he starts off doing something you normally do after playing tennis, right?
Yeah. Chair umpire is the guy that sits in the chair.
Okay, chair umpire. All right.
Line umpire are the guys that are watching the line.
Well, which one was Mario? Do you know?
He was chair.
Okay.
Because our boy, I know I'm kind of jumping the gun on feedback here, but I feel like this is a good place to talk about where our boy Aaron Hickman mentions Mario's time as a chair umpire.
Okay.
And he says, Mario, how did Mario keep from getting a sore neck? Because if you notice, you remember Mario turns his head every time.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I can see him now.
Yeah.
He's kind of extra tan too. He must be getting a pretty good tan in the chair there.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, anyway. Yeah. So, ref, umpire, sports guy, sports official. Let's say that.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Yeah, he's just a sports official. All right, so we are approaching number 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do our honorable mentions first, because there's a
Yeah.
lot of other things he did. Let's just kind of talk about some of the other things Mario did
Mm-hmm.
while he was on the NES.
Right.
And why? Let's talk about why we decided not to put them in the top 5 list, because one of these is a pretty big deal
Mm-hmm.
that most people probably think should be on the list, but we're not putting it on the list, which is Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Mario. And the reason I'm not putting it on this list is because he's the worst doctor. He's the worst doctor. This is like, of all the jobs that he had, he's probably the worst at being a doctor.
Right.
He just throws pills at everything.
Mm-hmm. Over. Yeah. Yeah, he's terrible.
I mean, at least the demolition, he's actually, he's knocking walls down. He's playing golf. He's being a ref. Although he may not be the best ref, he may be paid off by the mob. He's still being a ref.
Right.
He's making delicious looking cookies.
Right.
But as far as being a doctor,
Yeah.
he's got the viruses already in a jar. He's already got them, secluded away. And his answer to everything is just to throw pills. Which, does he even know what kind of pills he's throwing?
No,
They're just random
different
colors.
He's got a little satchel in his pocket or something. He's just throwing them out there. Here's our friend, the No Swear Gamer.
Mhm.
You've noticed this, I'm sure. He did
Yeah, I was
his
hoping
top
we could
5.
talk about that in the feedback. Could talk about all 5 of his. That'd be
Okay,
cool.
we'll just wait then.
If you want to just wait for feedback. He gave us his top 5.
Right.
So we'll run through his top 5
Mm-hmm.
when we get to feedback.
Okay.
So, also, Mario was a piece of a game. He was a part of the game, basically the game Breakout.
Mm-hmm.
You know the game Breakout, where the ball falls down
Mhm.
and it bounces off
Right.
like a wall and goes back up. Well, in the game Pinball, there's a side game
Mm-hmm.
to Pinball where you basically just play Breakout.
Right.
But what makes it different on the NES, on the pinball game, is Mario is actually having to lug this wall around to bounce the ball off.
Yeah. Which is hilarious. This is like poor Mario. And this is probably Mario's worst job as far as like what he has to do.
Right.
He's a grunt man. Here.
Yeah.
No hero.
He's a
Yeah.
no.
So, yeah.
And then plumber.
Yeah.
We put that as an honorable mention because he's really the worst plumber ever. He never plumbs anything.
Right. He walks through pipes, but I don't think he's fixing those pipes.
Yeah, I mean, last time I had a plumber come to my house, he started trying to crawl through the pipes, and I
Fired him.
had to
on the
let him
spot.
go. I had to fire him. Yeah. I said, "What in the
Okay,
world
buddy.
are you doing?"
Get out of here. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
He said he took his some plumbers get their lessons from the School of Hard Knocks.
Mm-hmm.
He took his lessons from Mario.
Yeah. Not
He
a good
started
idea.
trying to climb through the pipes.
Mm-hmm. Right. So,
All right, so number 1.
number 1.
Number 1.
Hero.
Hero. Yep, it's corny. We know,
Yeah, but
but let's be honest. That's what he is.
Mhm.
In the majority of the games, he's the star.
right.
He's the hero. He's saving the day. That's what he does. That's what Mario was made for.
Right. And then like
He was made to save the day.
yeah. And even in pinball where we were talking about he's the grunt man,
hmm
really without him, where would you be?
You'd lose.
Exactly. So,
And, I mean, when he's making those delicious cookies, he's the hero of the day.
yeah,
I-
of course. Cheers to Mario for always being our teacher.
He's my hero.
For yeah, always being our hero.
Mm.
So, I kind of slipped up there and said I was going to mention, have you ever heard of I Am a Teacher Super Mario Sweater?
No.
Well, here he's a hero too. This game, I guess you'd call it a game, was released for the Famicom in 1988, only in Japan, designed by Royal Industries Company. It was a Japanese appliance and sewing machine company, and using the program, players could design the sweater they want and the company they want. They would make it for around $24.
Wow.
Super Mario sweater. I am a teacher. I don't understand the name. I am a teacher. Super Mario sweater. What's... Yeah. Anyway.
I don't know.
Yeah, I just read that.
Well,
He's funny. He's a hero.
That's hilarious.
Hero.
He is a hero. Okay, so let's recap real quick and say our worst show ever, maybe? No.
This is
Best show ever?
Best show.
Okay.
Okay. So, number 5 was Demolition Expert.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, Pro Golfer. Or Amateur Golfer, if you will. He could be amateur.
Or just general athlete, I would say, because I can't remember, but I think he only played golf when he was on the NES, but he eventually plays a lot of other sports. So we'll just call him an athlete.
3, Cookie Chef / Baker.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Referee. And number 1, Hero.
Hero.
And our
Not the sandwich.
Right. Or the Hero, spelled as in G-Y.
Right. Okay, feedback. Save this show.
Oh boy. I feel like the No Swear Gamer could save us from ourselves.
I think the No Swear Gamer is actually going to save the day here. He did a really good... I think he put more effort into the post that he made for us than we put into doing this show tonight.
So, I like his honorable mention, Gorilla Exterminator, and Donkey Kong. The main reason this does not make the top 5 is due to the fact that Mario did a really poor job as a Gorilla Exterminator. He never catches the gorilla, and at his best can only knock him out temporarily. Perhaps this is why he was fired from Donkey Kong 3 and replaced by a real exterminator. Number 5, Pill Mill Doctor. Perhaps the strongest objection to Mario's compulsion to be a jack of all trades is the fact that there's no way he can do them all well. Case in point, when Mario became a doctor, he did nothing but throw pill after pill at problems. The worst part, it didn't seem to matter what the pill was. He used it often without even looking at what it was. Sadly, both Wario for greed and Luigi for self-esteem would later join his pill mill as well. Perhaps...
Hey,
What?
Go ahead.
Perhaps
Sorry.
he
Go ahead
should
and
write
finish.
Phoenix Wright in preparation for a class action lawsuit.
I was going to say, as far as Mario becoming a doctor, did you ever see that, like a meme or whatever, the internet picture that was going around? It was like the start screen for Dr. Mario.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And instead of like game A, game B, it said, it was like med school,
Residency,
and residency.
Yeah.
And then you got to, you had to complete the stages.
Yeah.
I thought
like
that's
that.
pretty
Yeah. Alright, number...
We all know Mario. We didn't play. I never did play Mario. Mario goes to college, so I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he went to college.
Oh, okay.
No, he's a blue-collar guy. He just didn't go to college. He's a hard-working man. That's all he is, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, he's a hero.
He's a hero. Number 4, typing tutor. After his conviction coming from his pill milling, Mario is forced to leave the comforts of his home platforms and do some community service on the PC and Mac, teaching typing to children. Their parents were the ones who really needed it. A second conviction would force follow-up service in a sequel. Mario teaches typing. I love that. You know,
I never got to play that one.
when we had typing class in school, we should have just had that. Mario teaches typing.
I would play that.
Number 3 is one that we had in our honorable mention, which is the floor pinball platform in the game Pinball. Though Mario is featured on the box, his sole job lies in being a moving chunk of floor in the bonus level, where he tries to rescue Pauline. Don't tell Peach. Good job, Mario. Maybe next time you can be a door. I like that.
That's good.
All right. Number 2, hostage in the game.
I like
Mario
this
is
one. I
missing.
wish we would have thought about this one.
Yeah. The game Mario is missing for the NES. Now we all know Mario can't be stopped, so it sure was swell of him to allow himself to be captured and let Luigi be the hero this time around. Maybe Mario just needed a little alone time in his cell to relieve the stress of being a celebrity.
Hey, did you know? Did you ever play that one? I'm
No.
sure we'll eventually talk about it, but
No.
that game was horrible.
Oh,
They always seem to put Luigi in like the worst game.
I
possible.
know. We were talking about before the show started Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyways, I kind of like Luigi's Mansion, but anyways.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
What's his number one?
Number 1 was Atari Poster Boy. Not only did Mario appear in his own game on the 2600 about 2 years before the NES even launched, but during the heyday of the NES, he and his brother also appeared on Atari Advantage posters that were included in later releases for the 2600, 7800, and XE. That's right, the Nintendo mascot was a poster boy for Atari at the same time.
All right.
So Atari,
Thank you, No Swear Gamer. Those were excellent.
those were very good. So you got to start from Atari, and then later, pretty much goes on to Roll the World, and then gets Sonic to join his fight later.
Uh-huh. You know, Mario could be considered like a politician.
Maybe.
You know, he brings everybody together, like a good politician, not like the typical politician. Anyways, I got some feedback too. Can I read some feedback?
Hit it.
Aaron Hickman. This is his post you mentioned earlier. He says, "Can you imagine how many neck cramps Mario must have gotten being a ref in 1983's tennis? That tall white chair he sits in doesn't look sturdy at all either. It's made of pixels, for heaven's sake. I bet a small wind could knock our portly hero right on his backside."
Yeah, he's done for it.
Douglas Dalecki Jr. says, "Just in case I can't show up, Hotel Mario, baby." Horrible Mario game, but working in a hotel is a horrible job. It just fits.
I feel like we all think about Mario today's time. Everything that Mario is in is good, right? Mario was in a lot of duds in the NES days.
He was in a lot of that. Yeah.
He was
They just put him in everything.
right, and
They put him in a lot of experiments, like things that they didn't know whether or not they would be good. They would put Mario in it just so it would sell, and then most of the time they weren't very good.
right. Yeah, and you've got. Then later on, he gave all the bad games to his brother.
Yeah. Now he just gives anything that's may not be good. He just gives it to Luigi.
Yeah. Hey, Luigi, you want to be in a game, right? And Luigi, unbeknownst to him, he's just like, yes. He's just dying for the chance.
Please.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Jake Burkhart says Fave Mario Jobs, Baker from Yoshi's Cookie, and Boxing Ref from Punch Out.
Nice.
Those are his favorites.
Nice.
All right. Jeff Uppel says, "Did Mario ever marry Princess Peach?" I don't think so.
No.
But then, no, I'm pretty sure he was too poor. It's like the story of Aladdin. He, can't marry a street rat.
Or Lady and the Tramp.
Yeah. It just don't work. Let's see. Philip Vaughn says, "What if Super was just short for superintendent?" I like that. I like that.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Eric Purcell says, Mario was pretty unsure of himself in his career path. Maybe he just needed a good guidance counselor.
That's true.
Mario really didn't know what he was doing. He didn't know what he wanted to do.
And really, in a lot of the things that he did, he was never really an expert at any of it. We talked about when he was a ref, he wasn't very good. when he was a golfer, novice. You know, demolition expert. He's just banging away at everything. He's not
Mario. He just wasn't good at anything, was he?
No.
Except for being a hero, which is why that's number one.
right. Everything.
He was
else
good at being a
was
hero.
kinda
He was good
willing
at saving the day.
Mhm. So,
We got a couple of iTunes
all right, about
ratings. A couple more 5 stars.
time. Oh wow.
Actually, one of these may be from Stitcher. I can't remember. We got 3 actually. Never mind. But one, I don't know what's from Stitcher and what's from iTunes. I guess it doesn't matter. But they're all 5 stars. This one is from Burks008. Isn't that the bad guy in GoldenEye? Wasn't he 008?
He was 008. Was it Burks though?
No, but I don't remember his name.
Right,
but-
I get it.
Anyways, he says, I'm glad that I found this podcast so close to the beginning of its lifespan. I love the NES, and having a game-by-game podcast is a perfect way to learn about a little bit about each title. I'm all caught up on past shows and looking forward to new ones. I'd like to request 2 games for future shows. The first game I very much enjoy, The Adventures of Dino Ricky. And the second is Bases Loaded 2. There are a lot of bad sports games you guys have to get through, so why not start there?
Okay.
Okay. I liked Bases Loaded 2 because it was the only baseball game I had as a kid. So there's a little bit of nostalgia there for me. But yeah, so I'd love to do Bases Loaded 2.
I know another baseball game you want to talk about. We used to play in the dorm room.
Base Wars?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite. That's actually probably my favorite baseball game on the NES.
Anyway.
Robot baseball. Anyways, we'll be getting to that one soon, I hope. And then this is a cool review. I'd see if you can pick up on this. I'm not going to tell you the title of the review yet. But see if you can pick up on this.
Okay.
Surfs Up. 2 dudes in a nest make a little getaway to the Sunshine State until Shredder makes a major getaway with the entire island of Manhattan. His power-hungry plot get even more bogus when the Atari Game by Game podcast becomes part of the heist. What a relaxing vacation, not. Those Mondo dudes must make waves to get back home to play more NES and send Shredder on a one-way trip to Geeksville. That's from Knox Manning. That's actually... He reworded the back of the box for the Manhattan Project on Ninja Turtles Manhattan Project, TMNT 3. He reworded it to put us in it, and apparently the Atari Game by Game podcast. So that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't really review our show, but the 5-star, 5-star plus that cool little back of the box rewording, I like it. All right, and then the last one is from 8-Bit Baz. And I think this one came from another country, maybe in the UK.
Foreign.
So,
What language do they speak over there? Ukrainian?
Ukrainian, yeah. So let me read this in Ukrainian. All right.
Okay.
Never mind. I don't want to offend this guy, so I'm not going to. I almost did. 2 Dudes in a Nest. A podcast that expresses with earnest what it's all about. Just enjoying and playing NES games. Justin and Michael give informative, witty insight through their journey to review every NES game, including historical and funny sections such as tidbits and trivia, quest for the cart, and my personal favorite, guess next week's game from the music of the next game. This podcast will keep you enticed and looking forward to next week's installment. A great podcast to listen to for any fan of retro gaming. Thanks, guys.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, slimy blokes.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't either. I think that's UK. That's UK speak. Maybe he'll call in sometime. That will.
Did you hear that?
It sounded like Okie
You know what
Dokie.
that was?
Was that Mario?
I think that's actually Luigi.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Hi. Oh, it is
Oh,
Luigi.
it is
No.
Luigi. No.
Hi Luigi. It's kind of over now. You're kind of late. I don't know what to tell you now. Jump. Okay, yes, jump. Okay. Well, he just left. Never mind.
Did you just hang up?
So
Man, Luigi's
Yeah.
a jerk.
he's even worse than Mario.
Makes me want Mario
Mhm.
back.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have Mario back.
We did. Can I say I got one more piece of feedback. I thought about not reading this, but since I'm not going to give out who it is, since I don't even know who it is, I'm going to read it anyway, just in case they ever listen to the show. Okay. We got a text.
Oh.
All right. We got a text. It says, "Hi, Daisy." I responded and said, "I think you have the wrong number." And they said, "I'm sorry. Guess I'm texting the wrong number. I won't text this number again. Sorry. Bye." And I said back, I said, "No problem. You can text us anytime." Unfortunately, we are not Daisy. We're two dudes into this.
Was this coming on our...
Thank you for the text.
How did you get this text?
Well, it came to our
Our Google number?
our number. Yeah, the number 775-7retro1 for anybody who wants to call us. You can text us too.
Well,
I
thank
guess.
you for...
So if you want to text us, please text us. Text away.
Well, Daisy
But,
sends her well wishes. So, yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for the text. I will send Daisy your way.
All right. This show
This show's been a bit of a
is,
mess.
well, and it's
been a bit
ending
of
in
a
just a
mess.
ball of flames. It's just like...
You know what this show
What?
is, right? This show is like what it is we took a big ball of like a big ball of yarn soaked in petroleum, okay? At the beginning of the show. We're on top of a hill. We lit it on fire
We just let it go.
and then we pushed it down the hill, okay? So it's been rolling down this hill on fire this whole time, right? And we're thinking, okay, well, at least when it gets to the bottom, we can put it out.
But it,
When it gets close to the bottom, we realize there's a village down there, and we've just wrecked. And we
it's
just
just
wrecked
setting
everything.
things on fire. And a lot of this village, their main source of income is selling straw. It has just been burned. It's just
Sweet feed, actually,
Yeah.
sweet feed. Yeah, and it's just we just burn everything to the ground. So I will go ahead and say that I commend anyone who made it this far, and I appreciate you for listening. Justin, do you want to tell them social
yeah.
networking?
So yeah,
Yada,
you can
yada.
always follow us on Facebook and Twitter. It's probably a good idea. You get a lot of little fun tidbits and things about the upcoming games and all things NES. They come up on the
Yeah, we try to drop hints outside of. I mean, of course, you get the music at the end of our show, but we also try to drop
Right.
hints on the Facebook
Right.
page too, and other
Right.
tidbits.
So you can always check that stuff out, and always check us out on nesdudes.com, where you can listen to every podcast that we've done. Follow all of our social medias there, as well as download the app. Yeah, Google Play Store. Go download the Two Dudes in the Nest app, and while you're there, give us feedback on what you think of the app, and we may change it so that you're liking, and or read it on the podcast. So
Probably
Try
not change it.
Okay, I'm making promises that
It's I'm not very good at this whole app business, so I'm pretty limited on what I can do. But I'll do my best. I will say we are approaching 100 downloads on the app, which I don't know if that's a feat or not, but it sounds like that could be an achievement, a retrofitted trophy.
Yeah.
So I encourage you to go download that. Get us over 100.
Sounds awesome. All right. So
Yep. All right, here comes noises.
for next week's game.
We have noises. All right, see you, everybody.